announced AI for space-based data centers. And this time the focus isn't on putting data centers in orbit. We're looking at how fast we can respond to what's happening back here down on Earth. Hi, I'm Dr. Amanda Fetch, and this is Tech AI Space Oh My, where we break down what's actually happening in AI in space using real data. According to Space News, Nvidia is developing a new computing module designed for satellites and orbital data centers. And according to the article, the system combines platforms like Jetson and IGX Thor and is designed for spacecraft environments where size, weight, and power are limited. According to NASA Earthdata, their systems are distributing about 600 terabytes of satellite data every single day. Think about that for a second. 600 terabytes every single day. You can actually go to NASA Earthdata if you don't believe me, look at their data metrics, and see this number directly on the site. That's an issue. Satellites are generating massive amounts of data, but they can't send all of that data back to Earth in real time. So we're collecting more data than we can actually use when it matters most to us. That's a bottleneck. The system isn't limited by the data collection anymore. It's limited by how fast we can move and process that data, which we see this consistently. Data is abundant everywhere we look around us. And when data generation exceeds transmission capacity, the system can't keep up with real-world events. And that's what Nvidia is actually solving for with this use case. And according to the article, the goal is to enable AI processing directly on satellites instead of sending all data back down to Earth. Now the focus is looking at preprocessing data in orbit. So this actually connects directly to my research, which I did on space situational awareness. And so when you're dealing with massive scale, so looking at millions of debris objects for analyzing, it's almost impossible to process everything at once. You really need to take the time to filter, cluster, and of course prioritize the objects first. So this shift enables real-time decision-making in space. So that could center around detecting disasters faster, monitoring activity on Earth, or, as I research, avoiding collisions in orbit. So the real question is, what happens when we can't process space data fast enough to keep up with what's happening on Earth? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. The hardware and the technology is in development. And as I've said in many of the courses I facilitate through MIT and Emeritus for AI product developers and C-suite AI executives, the technology is here. It's always going to be here. But that data, how we collect it, govern it, clean it, process it, for the algorithms to handle, analyze that data. Problems and use cases we are trying to solve for is key. And so we are dealing with the data bottleneck problem here. And AI in space is how we're looking to solve that problem. Thanks for tuning in. Take care.